Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Daily BizLink. Stacie Mallen is back, and today we're talking about just saying no so that you can start saying yes. So, Stacie, thanks for being here.
Hi, good morning, good Tuesday. And I feel like every time we jump on, I say the same thing, which is I keep hearing the same thing, the same theme in the last week. And I think it's a mix of kids going back to school, organizations kind of figuring out next steps related to kind of the post-COVID, now second wave of COVID world, whatever that means. They haven't backfilled positions always, so a lot of people are finding their roles have expanded but not really contracted back to where they were. Businesses are always already trying to make up revenue and time and projects, and so it feels very much like everybody's feeling very underwater. And I had a moment the other day where I had to, just to list in my own personal life, the dog needs groomed, like all the things like on the list. And you sit and you look at that list, and the one thing we started discussing here in our home was like, what can I say no to? And unfortunately, the things that will end up falling off the plate sometimes right now, and that's okay, is that, I had a nice to have coffee meeting, right? And it was something I was looking forward to. And sometimes those meetings, I think we've discussed this before, you need the reconnection. But if you're finding, and I think this is the threshold maybe for this say no to say yes, I messaged the person and I said, I don't know that I'm going to be able to focus in our meetup because I'm going to be so distracted by the 1,000 things. And that's not going to feel good for you. It's not going to feel good for me. Right. And so I think maybe using that as a threshold of where can you say no right now. And it's not that it's not important, but maybe telling the person it is so important that I want to be present and available and focused on what's in front of me instead of incredibly distracted by my daughter texting me that she forgot her volleyball stuff and like everything that's happening in that morning because everyone is just getting back into their rhythm. So that's my takeaway for myself, probably, and hopefully it's helpful to other people.
This is something I personally have struggled with because I am a yes person, and I would formerly think that, it was super selfish to start saying no, because then I wasn't living up to, my commitments or those expectations that were set in place. But the thing is, and the one thing that I personally have realized is the fact that if we do start saying no, that allows us the capacity to start showing up better in the things that we are saying yes to. And this actually hit the headlines this morning. I saw Simone Biles from, I don't know if I said her name right, but from the Olympics. So she withdrew for mental health and well-being situations from the team. And she's like, I want the team to move forward without me because I'm not at my best. And I know that they'll be able to go on and achieve at a higher level without me. And I have full confidence and faith in them. They went on to win the silver medal, which I think is a huge accomplishment in itself. But, to see somebody that is on the platform, a world-renowned Olympic athlete, having to step down for some of those same reasons, we're all people at the end of the day. So that might be something else to reference as well as we're talking through, it's important for everyone to start saying no.
Yeah. And I think to her story, what we should prioritize is the things that we've discussed on here many times: space for yourself, rhythm, and ritual. So what you shouldn't say no to are the things that keep you grounded and centered. So if you've started to habit stack in the morning doing a 5-minute meditation, don't start saying no to those things. And that sounds counterintuitive, right? It's one more thing. But I think when you do find me, for me, for sure, it's my morning workout. Nobody wants to be around me. If I have this level of stress going on and I don't get the outlet, it's not good, right? So I think finding the things and identifying the things that for you provide that mental health release valve, and definitely saying no to other things to say yes to that still, I think is really important. So, and it doesn't mean we get to do all the things we want to do, but I think, again, being very holistic in your approach about what is the yes and what can be the no right now, not forever, but right now.
So reintroducing this specific topic, I think is really helpful for our listeners, but do you have a specific challenge of the week?
Yes. So I think what I just said, identify the things for you that you have started to integrate into your life that feel critical to being grounded and balanced and being able to manage the stress. So what are those things? Could be one thing, two things, whatever, whether that's a workout, drinking your water, whatever. Hold those things and hold yourself accountable to holding on to those things, because I think those things slip. So that's challenge number one. And challenge number two is say no to something every single day this week. Find a rhythm and a ritual in saying no. And so today I just sent the text message about coffee. I can't make it. I want to, let's get it on the books, and it may be 3 or 4 weeks from now, because to be honest, that's the next breathing room that I can see. But say no once a day at a minimum, and see how that creates a shift in your availability for your own rhythm and ritual, but also your availability for the people that need you the most, whoever that is, and whatever's going on.
Great. Well, Stacie, thanks again for joining us for today's episode of the Daily Biz Link.
Thank you, Lindsay.